Hi everyone, I'm Wendy, and today I'm showing you what I ate on Christmas. I wanted to do one of these videos for Thanksgiving as well, but the week before Thanksgiving, we were dealing with a family emergency, so I wasn't able to get that done, but I will still show you what we had on Thanksgiving right here. We didn't get a chance to make all of the recipes we had wanted to try, including a couple potato casseroles and a dressing recipe, but we still managed to get a delicious and healthy meal on the table. We had mashed potatoes and gravy, sweet potatoes, green beans, bean patties, rolls, cornbread, a salad, and a delicious pumpkin pie. It's been a bit of a rough holiday season for my family, but we've been able to spend lots of time together, which has been really wonderful, and we had some lovely food on Christmas Day, so that's what I'm going to focus on today. Even though it was a holiday, we didn't do anything different for breakfast. I eat oatmeal every day for breakfast, and my parents do as well. So we had our usual steel-cut oats with blueberries. Right here, I'm showing you my bowl next to my mom's bowl. If you've been following me for a while, you probably know exactly how I make my oatmeal. If you're interested, I'll link to my video where I showed how I make my oatmeal, but my mom does it a little bit differently. I like my oatmeal a little bit thicker with just the steel-cut oats, some dates, blueberries, and some flax seeds. But my mom and dad also love to add soy milk to theirs. My mom also cooks her oatmeal slightly differently than mine. You can watch my video to see how I do it, but what she does is a ratio of 2.5 cups of steel-cut oats with 7 cups of water, and she cooks it for 8 minutes in the Instant Pot. And they add blueberries, flax seeds, chia seeds, and that's all my mom eats, but my dad also usually adds a few raisins and maybe some applesauce. He also has a bit of a sweet tooth, so he usually adds some date sugar as well. And for lunch, we had our glorious holiday meal. We've been plant-based about 3 years, and I must say, this was our best holiday meal yet. I think this is a keeper, and this is what we're going to do moving forward. First, we always have some of my mom's whole wheat bread, and I know you guys have been asking for it. I am planning to do a video soon to show you how she makes it. Then we had a sweet potato casserole, and we topped that with oats, chopped nuts, and a little bit of cinnamon and date syrup. Next, we had the best SOS-free green bean casserole that we've tried so far. We've tried about 3 different recipes, and this one from Kathy Fisher at Straight Up Food has been our favorite. We made one change to this recipe. We topped it with a mixture of whole wheat breadcrumbs that were mixed with a little bit of nooch and garlic and onion powder. This recipe is definitely a keeper. Then we had our mashed potatoes. We cooked these up in the Instant Pot and then warmed them up in a casserole dish. This makes meal prep really easy the day of the holiday. This is a recipe we've been using ever since we went plant-based. It's a mixture of potatoes and cauliflower. I love this recipe because with the cauliflower, which is a cruciferous vegetable, it's basically like eating a salad. As far as I'm concerned, cauliflower is an honorary leafy green. Even though it's not green, it has just as many wonderful health benefits since it is a cruciferous vegetable. And then we add some basic seasonings to that, including garlic and onion powder and a salt substitute. Of course, we also add a little bit of a plant-based milk. We usually do soy milk. Another new recipe we tried this year is this tofu loaf from Dr. John McDougall's website. Usually we've been having either like a bean patty or a lentil loaf, but this year we decided to try this tofu loaf and it blew away all of our expectations. It was absolutely amazing and is another keeper on our holiday menu. I'll put a link in the description box for Dr. McDougall's tofu loaf as well as Kathy Fisher's green bean casserole. Finally, we also had some gravy to go with our tofu loaf and our mashed potatoes. This is also a Dr. McDougall recipe. We used his golden gravy, which I will also put a link for. And then we always have a salad with almost every meal. So we also had a little salad. This one was just made with some cabbage, golden raisins, and some sunflower seeds. I like to simply top mine with some balsamic vinegar, but my mom always makes a really yummy balsamic vinegar dressing. And then of course the dessert. We made 2 pies. We had a pumpkin pie and a chocolate pie. Technically the pumpkin pie is actually a squash pie. We ended up using delicata squash, but any kind of squash pie or pumpkin pie is my favorite. This is also a Kathy Fisher recipe. I recently talked about it in my What I've Been Eating Lately video. We've been making this pie almost every week for a couple of months. We got so much squash in my CSA this year, and we thought what better way to use it than to make some pies. This chocolate pie has a silken tofu base. And both my mom and I are sensitive to the caffeine in chocolate, so we avoid it. Instead, we use carob powder, which has the same chocolatey flavor without the caffeine. I'll include the recipe for this chocolate pie in the blog post linked below the video. Along with our squash pie, we also had some sweet potato nice cream. I recently made a video showing how I made this, so I'll link to that so you can see it. I had the squash pie with nice cream along with my lunch. And then finally, for dinner, we simply had some chili and corn muffins. This is a quick chili that my mom threw together, and we had it along with my corn muffin recipe. I haven't made a video for that yet, but I plan to do so in the future. Once again, we always love to have a salad with every meal, so we had an easy salad alongside that. And we also always have this pasta salad with every holiday meal. We started doing this even before we were plant-based. It's a really basic pasta salad using whole wheat pasta, peppers, tomatoes, onions, and black olives. It has an Italian dressing, and that's it. We use the SOS-free Italian dressing from Well Your World. My family loves having this around the holiday season because it's a nice light meal on its own. So sometimes we eat it along with our holiday meal, but sometimes we just have it for a snack. In the days around the holiday, we tend to forget about making meals. We focus so much on the holiday meal itself, so this pasta salad is great to have on hand when we hadn't planned anything for our other meals. And then after dinner, I had a piece of that chocolate pie that I mentioned earlier. If you enjoyed seeing what my family ate for Christmas, like this video and subscribe to my channel for more whole food plant-based meal ideas. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you next time.